Welcome, Professor. I'm so grateful that you are here with us today. This is my dear Professor Charlotte, all the way from
Copenhagen, Denmark.
Can you tell a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I'm basically a medical doctor. I've been trained in allopathic medicine, and I have worked as a surgeon in gastrointestinal surgery in my country for several years. And after that, I worked in internal medicine. At the same time, I'm also a teacher of Transcendental Meditation and an expert in Maharishi Ayurveda. And what I realized in all these years of working in modern medicine is that really it's very, very good with Transcendental Meditation. It's actually the best you can do for yourself and your own evolution, your health and happiness. And also Maharishi Ayurveda is really a fantastic system of healthcare because it is natural, it's holistic, it does not have any negative side effects. If administered correctly, it takes into account the whole person, the mind, body, the soul, the environment, the social relationships, and the entire universe, in fact. We are only part of a bigger wholeness. So Maharishi Ayurveda is one system that is very, very ancient, from ancient India, and has been preserved for millennia. So in Denmark, I'm running a center for Transcendental Meditation, and I'm also running a clinic in Maharishi Ayurveda.
You answered most of the question, Professor, and I'm so grateful for that. Tell us more what the concrete differences between Ayurveda and Maharishi Ayurveda.
That's a good question. The main difference is Maharishi. That's the main difference. And that's because Maharishi Yogi, who is the founder of Transcendental Meditation, he spent actually 50 years working with expert Vaidis from India in order to identify what is really the authentic Ayurveda, what's the original Ayurveda, before it was polluted, before it was branched out, before it was misunderstood and misused in many different ways and watered down, diluted. What was the original authentic? So he worked with all these top experts for years in conferences and courses, and in this we have identified what is really Maharishi Ayurveda, and there are 3 criteria, okay? Yeah. One is it must be based on ancient tradition. Number 2, it must be personal testimonial, personal result. And the third one, we must have scientific research from modern science. These are the 3. And if we go back to the first one, yes, having ancient tradition, in this we have 3 levels. One is it must be in the classical Ayurvedic texts. Number 2, it must have been practiced in millennia by the traditional families of India. And thirdly, it must also be documented by an enlightened seer in that tradition. That means Maharishi Yogi, he was an enlightened seer, and he was able to have cognitions of the truth of humans, health, nature, the universe. And this is Maharishi Ayurveda. It's documented on all these levels. It makes a total of 5 levels actually. 3 major levels and 3 subdivisions. That is Maharishi Ayurveda. That's the definition of the difference. But then in the practical world, what is the difference? The difference is that Maharishi Ayurveda is the only Ayurveda in the market that encompasses all aspects of Ayurveda. Ayurveda has 40 different aspects, and most are only practicing, maybe 5 of them or 1 of them. Maharishi Ayurveda has all 40 aspects. It means not only yoga, Maharishi Yoga Asana, Maharishi Pranayama, Transcendental Meditation, but also it encompasses, of course, diet and lifestyle, light therapy, gem therapy, sound therapy. And in sound therapy, we have like 25 different types also. And then we have color therapy, we have herbal therapy, water therapy, we have herbal therapy. So all the therapies are there in their completeness. So Maharishi Ayurveda is the knowledge of Ayurveda that is complete, total, perfect, and holistic.
Why? I know Maharishi brought transcendental meditation to the world. How is transcending deeply connected to Maharishi Ayurveda? And with that, explain a little bit about the misinformation about the intellect. There's two questions in one.
I'll take one at a time. Is that okay?
Yeah, one at a time.
I'll take
yes.
one.
I'm so excited.
And the first one is the one.
Why is transcending the core of Maharishi Ayurveda?
I will tell you, in the Ayurvedic texts, it says that the physical body is a manifestation of Chaitana. It says in Charaka Samhita, it's a manifestation of Chaitana and a union of the 5 Panchamahabhutas in a perfect proportion. So it means the physiology is an expression of consciousness. That is the truth about the physiology. It is not all these bones and muscles as it appears to be. That is also true, but all these bones and muscles are expressions of consciousness. It means they are precipitated states of the waves of consciousness. So imagine consciousness as an ocean with waves. All these waves are moving, and as they're moving, they are actually producing sound. These sounds, they emerge in a perfect sequence. The sounds densify as force fields and energy fields. The force field and energy fields interact with each other, and when they do that, then it densifies even more and becomes even physical forms, colors, and phenomena. So that's how the whole physiology is an expression of consciousness.
Wonderful.
And the transcendence comes in because when we are practicing transcendental meditation, our mind is settling down and it is gaining that experience of transcendental consciousness. It means the mind goes beyond sensory experience and experiences a field of life that is transcendental to time and space, beyond thinking and action. It is transcendental. It is pure being, pure existence, pure consciousness. That is the transcendence. That is actually where our physiology is coming from, and that's what the physiology is expression of. So when during meditation the mind is transcending and gaining that experience, it means we are gaining an experience of the very source of our physiology. What is a basic foundation where we are coming from, all the cells, tissues, organs, systems, that's where they originate. So when we go to that field, that is a field of perfect balance, a field of, we say akshara, it means non-destructible, it's indestructible, and it is a field of immortality, amrita. So when the mind is diving into that during meditation, and the mind comes out again, this feeling and this state of perfect balance is going to be infused into all the cells, tissues, and organ systems. And that's why you get more healthy when you practice transcendental meditation.
Beautiful. And this is why Maharishi put transcending in every other aspect as the most important foundation.
It's a basic of a basis of everything.
What makes people sick? What is the missing intellect? Is this question and one last question, and then we are done. So why people get sick though?
Why they get sick? They get sick exactly because they are somehow separated from that field of pure consciousness, which is a field of perfect balance. We get sick because we're disconnected from our own inner field of perfect balance. Because this pure consciousness, where is that? I tell you, it's not in the books, it's not in Himalayan mountains, it's not in India, it's not in Suriname. It's also there, actually, it's everywhere, but mainly it is right here, inside every one of us. This pure consciousness is something we all have. And we all have access to that through transcendental meditation. But when we get cut off from that, when we are disconnected from that, then we can get sick because we are disconnected from the field of perfect balance. And then we get out of balance. And this field is also indestructible. So when we are cut off from the field of indestructibility, we became more destructible.
Beautiful. And I guess that's how the missing of the intellect comes from, right?
Yeah, we call this a mistake of the intellect. That's in Ayurvedic an expression, like a term, a disciplined term from Ayurveda. that pragya parad means mistake of the intellect, and that is considered the root cause of all disease. Mistake of the intellect means that we are making mistakes in our choices. So for example, if we stay up in the evening, we have a choice, going to bed early or staying up late and watching a movie and eating some potato chips. So here, if we make a choice here, the wrong choice, that's a mistake of the intellect, because the intellect makes choices. We call it mistake of the intellect. And if you do that night after night, year after year, finally you are going to get sick, one way or the other. So that's the cause of disease, the mistake of the intellect. Now, why do we make that mistake? Because we are disconnected from the field of perfect balance.
Beautiful.
We are disconnected from the field of immortality, the field of indestructibility in creation. That is our true nature. And that is what I really want to tell everyone who is listening now. We have to understand, every one of us, we are born with a treasure, the treasure of infinite creativity, infinite intelligence, infinite silence, infinite dynamism. We are born with a field of perfect balance. We are born from that field of immortality. And all we have to do is be connected to that again. And then we're going to be healthier and happier. It's very simple, actually.
Very simple. And one more question. I have two more questions. Very, very simple. And you are so good, perfect for being here. See, there is so many things in the market to be happy. There's one thing we ignore, and that's relationship. How is human relationship connected with Ayurveda, especially Maharishi Ayurveda?
Oh, that's a very good question. Our relationships are really the source of either happiness or unhappiness. But what is important is that we start by having a relationship with our own, not ourself, but our own higher self. We all have a lower self, a little one who wants to be mischievous, staying up late and watching TV the whole night. But we also have a higher self. And the higher self wants us to do everything right, to do everything pure, to be a good person, to do good deeds in the world, to help our fellow human beings, and to help us grow in intelligence, in compassion, in wisdom, in understanding, tolerance, and in, we can say, intuition also. That is our own higher self. So that is the main thing in relationships, that we need to first establish a relationship with our own higher self. It means we need to meditate, and in meditation gain an experience of that transcendental field, which is really pure consciousness, our own higher self. Gain that experience in meditation, and then after meditation, what you will find is when you come out of meditation, you take everything more easy. You are not bothered by this person saying something wrong, or that person riding in the wrong direction on his bicycle, or your friend saying something wrong, or someone insulting you, or you will just be, oh, okay.
You take responsibility.
You take it easy, because you are now anchored in your own unbounded ocean of consciousness. So it doesn't matter if a little thing is coming here and there at the surface.
Beautiful, beautiful. One last question, then we close this up. What are the pillars of Maharishi Ayurveda, or just Ayurveda? I know it has nothing to do with what we know, but it is something completely different. Can you just briefly say that?
Pillar means we have a temple.
Yes.
Okay, there's a building of a temple, and it has 4 pillars, 4 columns. That's the 4 pillars of Ayurveda. It's upholding the temple of our physiology. So our physiology is like a temple. It's a holy place, because that's where we reside. So if I ask you, where are you from? You can say planet Earth or Suriname, but you can also say planet Earth. But then if I ask you, where do you live? What can you answer?
People would say in a house,
No.
but you live in the body.
You live in your body.
Yes.
That's it. That's where we live. That's the only place we really
But we
live.
forget to tell.
We
So what
live
are
in
the
that
anchors?
temple. Okay, the 4 pillars, the 4 columns of this temple. 1, ahar, it means food, diet. Number 2, vihar, lifestyle. how we are living. Number 3 is nidra. It means sleep, that we get enough sleep and proper sleep at the right time. And number 4 is brahmachari. Brahmachari means we have a balance in our relationships, especially intimate relationships, that they are balanced. So these are the 4 pillars. And whenever we give a treatment in Ayurveda, in Maharishi Ayurveda, we always consider to give some advice in each of the 4 pillars.
Thank you. This is food for our soul, mind, and body.